Well, it's been all Pitt so far tonight. They're out to a 21-0 lead in the duel, led by two technical fall wins. The first one was Colton Camacho at 125. Greg, he was tremendous. And then followed up by Cole Matthews at 41 with a tech fall of his own.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, both guys just came out, getting to their offense right away. You know, really the whole Panther lineup, you know, it's night and day from what happened on Sunday. Now they're aggressive. They're going after their shots. They're getting to the points. And obviously that shows with the score right now.
So there's a look at all 5 results so far tonight. The 25th ranked Pitt Panthers in full control of this duel. Mickey Philippi, Tyler Badgett, and Dejan Casto getting the other 3 wins on the night. Casto just came away in the most recent match with a 1-0 win over Caleb Burgess, and brings us to 165 for Buffalo. Going to be Ty Raines taking on the 30th ranked Holden Heller from Pitt. And Greg, as we sit here now halfway through tonight's duel, have to think Keith Gavin is very pleased with his response from his team after a tough outing Sunday against West Virginia.
Yeah, there's no complaints, right, especially about the first 4 weights. May have wanted to see more offense out of Casto, but I think just seeing Casto get the win was big. And yeah, no doubt about it, Keith Gavin has to be happy with how his squad has come out so far as they head through the second half of this lineup, which really, you know, Buffalo in their last match was down pretty big early on, but came back in the second half. So we'll see how it plays out. Fortunately for the Panthers, they got some strength here. Obviously with the Heller brothers, they got Nino, got the strong redshirt freshman, and Luca Augustine. And then heavyweight, you got two solid guys in Pitzer and Slinger. So Panthers should be ready to weather the storm of Buffalo here in the second half, but we shall see. That's why they wrestle the matches.
Buffalo coach John Stutzman did mention that as well, that he's really pleased with the way his upper weights have wrestled hard this year. And that was the key to getting the victory over SIU Edwardsville on Sunday. They were down 13-0 in that duel and were carried by their upper weight guys late in the duel to come away with the 18-16 win.
You look at Holden Heller here, up 2-0. He wrestled Peyton Hall, West Virginia, pretty tough. I know he ended up, you know, getting pinned, which hurt the Panthers. You don't want to give up those bonus points, especially when you're down. But that was a fun match. You know, I think Anthony Zanetta and I talked about it when it happened on Sunday. We could watch that match over and over again. I mean, those two guys were just going at it, back and forth, all kind of scrambles and flurries. Which is, you know, obviously for Heller, you'd love to pick up that win, especially against a highly ranked opponent, an All-American in Peyton Hall. But, you know, you come away saying, hey, I can compete with this guy. And now you want to get here and, just like the rest of his teammates, get to your offense, put some points on the board, get the confidence back.
Holden Heller, of course, the transfer from Hofstra, 3-year starter there for the Pride. Came over this year with his brother Reese, who we'll see later tonight in the 184. And Keith Gavin told us that they had no intentions whatsoever of transferring to separate schools. They knew all along that they both wanted to go to the same place. And Keith Gavin and the Panthers had the roster spots for him.
Yeah, just fit like a glove coming into the Panthers. And yeah, having 2 spots, an area where, you know, 184, Panthers just happen to have, you know, Harvey graduating, spot opens up, 65, oh yeah, Jake Wenzel, he's leaving too, he's graduating, another spot right there, just
convenient.
Perfect fit. Yeah, perfect. You know, 2 guys who held those spots down for a long time for the Panthers, and Jake Wenzel and Greg Harvey, and the Heller brothers just fit right in.
There's Jake Wenzel, who wrestled against Buffalo himself last year at the 165 weight class in his first season on staff with Keith Gavin, his former head coach. Jake Wenzel had an outstanding career here at Pitt, and we asked Keith Gavin about him and said just he has a lot of passion for the Pitt wrestling program. You give him a task, you know it's going to get done, and he's really pleased to have Jake Wenzel on staff, a guy who had a tremendous career in the Pitt singlet and now gets to keep him with the program.
NCAA runner-up was Jake Wenzel. Yeah, you mentioned he had a win against Buffalo last year to help the Panthers get the victory.
We asked Keith if Jake had talked to Holden at all about his experience last year going up against Buffalo's Noah Grover, and said that maybe he's talked to Holden about it, but Pitt wants to focus on Pitt for this duel tonight. Instead of worrying about what Buffalo's going to do, they want to focus on themselves, and that plan has worked successfully tonight, getting Pitt to a 21-0 lead in the duel. And Holden Heller, as he adds another takedown, is up to a 5-0 lead here on Ty Raines. So Heller potentially looking to get bonus as well for Pitt.
He'll have that ride time point just about secured when this period ends if he rides for the rest of this period. And that could be said, you know, you look at the Panthers from Sunday against West Virginia, you know, it happens, you know, where sometimes maybe you're wrestling not to lose as opposed to wrestling to win. You know, I said at the top of the broadcast, and it happens because you look at, maybe you're watching too much tape. Maybe you're saying, hey, this guy's good at this and this, I need to defend that. But when you're trying to think about all of that stuff and you're looking for tendencies and, hey, this guy goes left to take this shot. So instead of you getting to your offense, you're not looking for those little things that may happen. As you see Heller's takedown here, the second one of the match.
It's got to be so nice, the transfer portal. You can just instantly replace those 2 weight classes with ranked guys, huh?
No doubt about it.
There aren't always Dayton Pitzers in the world that can come in as true freshmen and find their way in the top 5.
It's a rare breed for sure. Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Pitzer is a whole other animal. He's not a lot of wrestlers made like him, but yeah, that transfer portal really helps out a lot, especially when you get. I think it's really increased, you know, over time, obviously with the nil happening, but also you just look at the COVID scenarios, right? I mean, these guys, we're talking about, you know, Mickey Philippi, and you're what, 6'7" of college, you know, and some of these other guys, you know, like the Hellers, you know, they've been in school for a while. You get your bachelor's degree, and it's like, okay, what do I do next? Maybe your school doesn't offer a master's program in what you want to do, because there is the student part of student athlete, and so if you want to obtain your master's degree, sometimes you got to go to a different college, and you can, because of that, you know, the universities can benefit and bring in a guy who can wrestle for a year or two, fill a spot. You know, maybe they recruit somebody in for this weight class here at 165. Like you said, they're not all Dayton Pitts are coming in as true freshmen, can make a difference. They need to sit a year, get acclimated to college. You get a guy like Holden Heller comes in, can fill that spot admirably.
You mentioned the perfect fit, and it wasn't just in the lineup, but also on the visit. Keith Gavin said when the Heller brothers came, they really clicked with the rest of the Pitt wrestlers, and so from a chemistry standpoint as well, and establishing a rapport with the rest of the team, came in, clicked really well, and Keith Gavin called it about as natural a fit as it gets in terms of integrating Holden Heller along with his brother Reese into the Panther squad.
Not able to get a takedown here, so the ride time point. It'll be a decision, 6-1 for Holden Heller. That makes it 24-0. Panthers out in front.
So that's the 6th match of the night. The Panthers have won all of them. Holden Heller